And we are recording this webinar so that those who couldn't join us today can listen to this later on YouTube, where it will be uploaded to our channel. So thank you and a delayed welcome. Great. Okay. So I'd first love to give an introduction to Social Venture Partners. We were formed in Los Angeles in 2004 by our founding partners, and we're part of an international network of more than 3,500 engaged philanthropists in 40 cities globally. We have a dual mission to firstly expand the capacity of innovative nonprofits through investing time, expertise, and skills and funding to collaboratively strengthen nonprofits in LA County. We also work to expand philanthropy by educating our individual donors to be well-informed, effective, and engaged philanthropists. So we create powerful relationships among people who want to create positive change in their communities and the nonprofits that make that change possible. As I mentioned, we were established in 2004. Fastpitch will have been running for 10 years as of our program next year. To date, we have given over $700,000 in direct grants to Los Angeles County nonprofits. We have provided $1.9 million in volunteer time for skilled professions and an additional $1.8 million in donations from our individual partners. That's a snapshot of Social Venture Partners LA, and I'd now love to hand back over to Christine to give us an overview of Social Innovation Fastpitch.
Great. So Social Innovation Fastpitch is SVPLA's longest running program. The program started here in LA with the notion that if we could support nonprofits in telling their story in an inspiring 3-minute pitch, we could support them in bringing more resources, both human and financial capital, to their organizations. So Social Innovation Fastpitch this year is in its 10th year. It's about a 2.5-month communications intensive, and we bring together 20 nonprofit leaders to participate in the program over that period of time, with the main objective being honing this inspiring 3-minute pitch. Each nonprofit leader is paired with 2 SVP coaches that they work with very closely over the course of the program. And it will culminate in an event that this year will now be at the Wilshire Ebell Theater. It's a new location for us, March 22nd of next year. And we expect about 600 people to come together to that event. We typically have a really incredible range of individuals in the audience, from foundation leaders, nonprofit leaders, community members that are curious about the nonprofit sector. And at that event, then 10 of our 20 nonprofit leaders present their pitch on stage and have the potential to win cash prizes for their organization. The time commitment between January and March is a pretty significant time commitment, so we want to be upfront about this. I participated in the program last year as a new ED, and I can attest to this estimate of about 4 hours a week minimum, whether we're in group session or you're working on your pitch outside of the session. You will find yourself reciting your pitch everywhere you go, practicing your pitch, trying to get it memorized, trying to hone the right language. The group settings that all presenters must participate in kicks off with an orientation session on January 9th from 1 to 5 p.m. All of our sessions this year are at the LA 84 Foundation in Los Angeles. That orientation is then followed every other week with a 4-hour group coaching session. So you'll see those dates, and you can see more detailed times on the application. But you see those dates span from January 23rd and conclude on March 6th. And then the full event is 2 weeks later on March 22nd. These are the group sessions where all 20 nonprofits and all 40 coaches will be coming together The 20 participants then deliver their pitch in those group sessions and get feedback from their peers and the coaches in the group. On the weeks that you're not in those group sessions, you'll be working one-on-one or two-on-one with your coaches to practice your pitch and also individually to work on memorization and crafting the language.
Great. Thank you, Christine. So I wanted to go over the eligibility criteria for Fastpitch. Some of you may be aware that we launched a program this year, a new program for SVPLA called the Accelerator. So I want to make sure that we're clear on the distinction between the Accelerator and Social Innovation Fastpitch, as we will have some applicants who applied for Accelerator also applying for Fastpitch. So for Fastpitch, you must be a 501c3 nonprofit. We prefer LA-based organizations. However, if you're not physically based in LA, we invite you to share with us how your program significantly impacts LA County. The organizational representative who participates on Fastpitch must be the executive director, CEO, founder, or equivalent senior level position with significant decision-making responsibility within the organization. If you are a Fastpitch semi-finalist or finalist organization, you are not eligible to apply again. So if you are uncertain of your eligibility at any point, you can call or email us, and we're happy to clarify for you. Great. In terms of the application process, applications must all be submitted online via our website by Tuesday, November the 14th at 5 p.m. Once you've submitted an application, you will receive an email confirming receipt, and successful applicants will be notified of the outcome by email by Tuesday, December the 12th. Successful participants will then have to submit proof of tax-exempt status or fiscal sponsorship by Friday, December the 15th. So those are the key dates to help you start thinking about planning for submitting your application and when you need to get it in by. In terms of the selection criteria and process, SVPLA forms an application review committee, and this application review committee is made up of SVP partners. The committee will review all applications and prioritize applicants based on the strengths demonstrated in a couple of key criteria. So I'll go over the criteria that the review committee will be looking at when assessing all applications. Firstly, the social problem. We're looking for a clear articulation and a strong understanding of the social issue that is being addressed. It should be clearly defined, as well as who the people are that are impacted by the initiative. Secondly, we're looking at the organisation and programs. We'd like to understand what it is the organisation does and how you do it. Building on from that, we're looking at innovation. So is your approach to solving the social problem innovative? And I do want to emphasize that when we say innovation, we're talking about innovation in service of greater impact. So how is your new or refreshing or different approach creating greater impact than existing initiatives? That moves directly on to the next criteria, which is the potential for significant societal impact. So we want to see that the initiative is addressing a pressing social issue in Los Angeles County, and that metrics or some form of measurements are being used to assess long-term outcomes and not just outputs or activities. Finally, the review committee will be looking at the leadership, that the organisation has leaders with experience and are deemed likely to succeed. Great. So I would love to open up the webinar to any of our participants who may have questions about anything that we've just covered. Feel free to unmute yourself if you're on mute and just speak up or speak out with any questions.
Hey, this is Miri from Mary's List. I wanted to know if organizations with fiscal sponsor qualify for Fastpitch the way that you did for Accelerator.
Hi, Miri. Yes, they do.
Hey.
You have fiscal sponsorship
Oh, nice.
to qualify, and you can apply. Yes.
Yay. Okay.
Great. Thanks, Miri. Do we have any other questions?
It's Mary again. I have another question.
Okay.
Is there, I found on the Accelerator application, there were some character limits to the responses. If I need extra space, could I submit an additional page with for longer responses, or is it important that we stick to the character limit?
No, you wouldn't be able to submit any other documentation. We're just reviewing what comes through on the application online, so you would have to stick within the word limit.
Okay. I'm going to be succinct. Cool.
Yeah, it's the challenge that we have in Fastpitch as well. Initially, when you write the first draft of a pitch, it might be 10 minutes long, and the challenge is always getting it down to 3. So this is a similar challenge. We know you all, every nonprofit we speak with is doing such amazing and complex work, and the challenge is always culling it down to its essence.
Got it. Thank you.
Thanks, Mary. Great. I might just pause for a couple of minutes and see if any more questions come in, maybe a minute. I don't feel like we're going to have extra questions come through at this point, so I'll just move us on. So I wanted to thank you all for making the time again to join us on this webinar. I hope that we've provided helpful information about the Fastpitch program, what to expect in terms of time commitment, and how to best prepare to submit the application. If you have any questions at any point, please feel free to email or call us. You can email us directly at sstratton@svpla.org. That's my email. With that, I think we can close up for today.
Yeah, thank you all so much for your interest in Social Innovation Fastpitch, and we hope to see an application from you.
Thank you.